That looks really neat. So what's globalization? What did you just learn? Business all over the world. Okay. What are some examples?
Yeah. Subway.
Awesome.
Helps create new markets.
So what is globalization?
It's the growth to a global or worldwide scale.
Awesome. Awesome. And what are examples?
Some examples are McDonald's, Jack in the Box, and Subway, of course.
What have you thought at all about the unintended consequences of globalization?
What does that mean?
Well, you think it's going to be a good thing that we can trade all over the world, but in order for McDonald's to be all over the world and be as big as they are, they had to cut down the rainforest. That was what they pointed out in there. So that's kind of, nobody thought that they'd have to cut down the rainforest in order to have their cattle so we could have burgers. So that would be like one of them. And they said there's environmental consequences that nobody thought of because they're so big and so on. And it takes away business from local companies. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But you can look that up too. Okay, so what are the unintended consequences of globalization?
That they don't.
Besides, they drive local businesses away. Well, remember what the video said is that they cut down trees in the rainforest so that they could have their cattle grow there and use their meat for hamburgers, and so it kind of destroyed parts of the environment.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what do you think is globalization, Tim?
Thank you. It's called a trading process of different nations.
Making industries big.
Okay. So once again, you need to yell out at me like you're in the hall.
Oh, yeah, let you will.
Okay. So yes.
See, what's called? Thank you. What's called trading processes of different nations. That's what I
The
thought.
trading process between different nations and all over the world. Good. Okay, so what are the not necessarily the good things about globalization? What?
Overweight people.
Well, tell me about that. If you have a lot of franchises in here and their whole goal is just to make a big profit, are they necessarily going to be thinking about what's good for people? They're going to be thinking, and they do. Now you just saw up there that McDonald's changed its menu, and so they've got salads with meat and so on.
They still got this big old Angus burger out of nowhere.
Okay. So did you find any unintended consequences of globalization? No.
Not really. We just did the definition right now.
Okay, so if you only had franchises that are all over the world, if you only had fajitas on wheels and the Mas Fajitas, and you only had local, have as many choices on where you wanted to eat, right? Okay, and now that you have more choices, there's more competition, so what does that mean as far as the prices are concerned? They go down. So it's cheaper. A lot of people buy from them because it's cheaper. They don't necessarily use the local produce to make them because they or Seattle or wherever that comes in every day. And the other thing that they mentioned, did you hear that when they were plowing down all the trees in the rainforest to make room for McDonald's cattle and stuff? It isn't always good for the environment. Anything else you can think of?
Yes.
What about the food? Is it always
It's not always that good and healthy.
right? Because they just want to,
It's just not healthy.
right? They don't necessarily want us to be healthy. They just want to sell a product.